Anything and Everything, volume number 4. It is day 4 in a row of making my Anything and Everything video, which is basically just a video where we, oh, what is that share a group thing? Hold on, let me see what this does. No way. Okay, hold on, that is so cool. I just found a new thing. Can you guys see me while I'm doing that and poking the... Oh, okay, there we go. Were you able to see what I was just doing? So I just saw, I clicked on Facebook Live, and that's the first time I noticed that we could share to a group. I don't know how I didn't notice that at the same time. So now I'm on the personal wall, and I think I'm sharing to the Lori Ballen's marketing group. Hey, Shirley, good evening. Shirley is in Arizona, same time as me, or, oh, Shirley, you guys don't have daylight savings time, do you? Is this when we move and you don't? It is 6 p.m. in Vegas, 6:10 p.m. in Vegas. I'm making these videos. I just ate a piece of chocolate, so I hope I don't have chocolate in my teeth. I'm making these videos without intent, which is something I never do. And what I mean by without intent is without a specific purpose. However, it appears like as soon as I start talking about my day, I have all kinds of purpose that we're just talking about. Hey, Guillermo. All right, Shirley says, yes, it's 7 p.m. there. All right, so here I'll share my little nuggets with you. Oh, Sabrina just texted me a picture of my cat. I don't know where he is. I have, last night on my Anything and Everything video, I told you guys a story about my doorstep cat. If you missed that, you should go watch it. It was a really good story. Anyway, my daughter, Sabrina, who is 26, moved in a few doors down from me. So since I got divorced, I moved into an apartment complex, really nice apartment complex, but it's still an apartment complex. And her lease came up, I don't remember what it was, April, May, earlier this year. We got to talking about it, and I said, how cool would that be to be neighbors? And so she ended up moving in a couple doors down. So when she comes over all the time and she leaves, my cat now follows her home. It's so cute. He's like her guardian too, and he follows her home, and then he comes back to me right after. All right, I'm going to share some little chocolate nuggets with you guys, all right? So keto, you can still eat dark chocolate when you're on the ketogenic diet, okay? Dark chocolate is very good for you. It has magnesium, so it's still something good. Now, the darker the chocolate, the better. It gets more bitter as it gets dark. So I'm always on this journey to find the right chocolate. So when I first went on the keto diet, I bought those Ghirardelli chocolate squares. Who knows what I'm talking about? They're like, oh, the heavens open up and the angels sing when you open a wrapper of Ghirardelli squares. But what was happening to me is I would eat one of those squares and I would want to eat everything bad in the kitchen after that. I would want all the things. I would eat like a thing of Oreo cookies afterwards. So I had to stop eating those because they were obviously too sweet for me, and I would just go binging. So then I went on a hunt. So let me show you these babies in case you've never seen these. Oh, mama. Can you guys see what these are? Anybody ever try these, you guys? There's a lot of on. Anybody try these Choc Zero bars? So watch this. So this is a ketogenic diet food, but it's just dark chocolate and almonds. This one is almonds. They have different kinds. I forgot. Afterwards I'll put a link in there if you guys want to try it. I think I get mine from Amazon, but so this is the size of the bar. That's the size of a serving. No, I'm not a Choc Zero rep. I don't know if they have such a thing. So this bar is an ounce of dark chocolate. It has 120 calories, and it has, wait for this. You ready for this? So those of you guys that know the macros, it has 15 carbs. I know that sounds dreadful, but it has 13 grams of fiber. This piece of chocolate has 13 grams of fiber. So if you're having a problem getting your fiber in, have a piece of Chalk Zero. I mean, holy cow. And then no sugar alcohols at all. So it doesn't even have any stevia or swerve or anything fake in it. It's just good chocolate. And I actually really like the flavor. So you've got a net 2 carbs for this bar. This is better than the Ghirardelli or Ghirardelli, however the hell you pronounce that. It's like 5 carbs from one of those little squares. Oh, what's the name of it? This is called Keto Bark. I'll show you the box there. And I'll put a link after we're done too to my Amazon store. Chalk Zero, Keto Bark with almonds. But just look up Chalk Zero with almonds if you're looking for it. I don't know if you can find this maybe at your Whole Foods or your, natural food store or whatever near you. But it's really good. Now, let me tell you when it's not good. Well, it's really good by itself, and I can almost always do just 1 bar. I'm completely satisfied. I'm very happy. It's a great treat. I do not advise snacking, though, after dinner because you spike insulin, and you can't burn fat and spike insulin at the same time, so you do not want to be snacking. You want to eat and be done. Close the kitchen. So what I do is I have my dinner, and then I have one of these right after, and that's my dessert, and I'm done. Something like that. Excellent, excellent. Now, yeah, better than cauliflower? I'm not sure what that even means. Yes, chocolate is better than cauliflower. I love cauliflower, but not for dessert. Okay, so I'm sure she's referring to something else I said. I don't even know. So Chalk Zero, Keto Bark. Keto Bark. You probably hear me say it all the time. Keto Bark. I say it all the time. At least my clients have heard, my keto coaching clients have heard me say it all the time. Okay, let me tell you better fiber. She's saying that's better fiber than cauliflower. I know. You're eating chocolate and you're getting 13 grams of fiber. Holy fiber gods. Okay. When this is not good is when you have this. So these little babies, oh mercy. This is Lily's. And Lily's dark chocolate is holy cow, incredible good. So I started with this Lily's chocolates, and these are what I bake all my recipes with, is Lily's dark chocolate chips. And I also have Lily's dark chocolate baking bars. And this again is a keto food, keto friendly chocolate. I can't tell why it's upside down there, and it's reversing the image that is so, it's the way the package is designed. Okay. This has, 1 serving is about 60 chocolate chips. So what I do is I take a little, I have these little vitamin cups, these little souffle cups, and I fill them, and that's a serving. So like, let's just say I'm having one of those days and I want to sit around and watch Hallmark movies all day long, or I want to binge watch something on Netflix. That's when I miss snacks and stuff, right? So I will pour 1 serving of these in a little cup. Hits the spot every time. It's so good. So 60 chips and 50 calories is all there is in a 60 chocolate chips, 50 calories. I really want to open this and start eating it. Now that I'm talking about it, I really want it. But it's after 6, so I won't. So calories from fat, 40. Okay, so carbs are... Oh, jeez. Hold on. Sorry. Glasses. Now you got to see my flabby arms. Total carbs are 9 carbs. Total fiber is 4. So, and there's erythritol. I have such a problem with that word. 3 grams, so sugar alcohol, 3 grams, that's a keto sweetener. So technically it's net 2 carbs for a little thing of chocolate chips all day long. That's totally keto. You can do that, absolutely. Just don't do it don't snack. Do it with something. Do it when you're in your eating window. I don't know why I got on a keto tangent. I wasn't planning on that. I was just talking about chocolate in general. So the higher... the percentage of cocoa, the better. This one is 55. So this is the darkest. This one is 40. And this one is, I just saw this written on here somewhere. This one's got to be super dark. Where is it written? I can't find it. Ingredients: dark chocolate, almonds, sea salt, monk fruit. Oh, there's monk fruit in this. Oh my gosh. The keto gods totally graced me when they introduced me to monk fruit yesterday. I've studied, I've seen monk fruit. People use monk fruit instead of sugar. Monk fruit is an equal 1-to-1 sugar substitute, and it's as sweet as sugar. So if a recipe calls for a cup of sugar, you can do a cup of monk fruit instead. And I made cheesecake yesterday. In case you guys didn't see my recipe I posted, I made cheesecake, and it called for powdered swerve, but I had powdered monk fruit, and so I made it with powdered monk fruit, and it's so good. You would think that powdered monk fruit and powdered swerve is sugar. It's so good. So anyway, I usually get like a 70% something if I'm going to buy a dark chocolate bar, but this is good. But the bad news is I will eat this whole bar. This is a single serving. There is no, I think it says it's 2 servings. Yeah, it says it's 2 servings. Really? Come on. Who's going to cut this bar in half? And all right, maybe you guys will and I don't. I'm eating the whole damn thing. It's 1 wrapper. If it's in 1 wrapper, it's 1 serving. It's not 2 servings. Cut it in half, wrap it individually. Now it's 2 servings. I can't. That's cracks me up with that kind of stuff. All right, so anything and everything about my day. So today, one big thing happened. I went back to the gym. So guess what? I cannot believe how in just a short amount of time, my muscle has like mushed. Like if I stand in the mirror and pose, I still have muscle and it looks good. But the underarm area, the leg area from having surgery, 3 surgeries in 12 months, I think my body said, look, stop. You're overdoing it. First one was my eyes. The second one was a medically necessary surgery, hysterectomy. And the third was a breast augmentation. And so I think that last one just kicked my butt. So it was nice. Sabrina texted me and said, hey, you want to go to TCX at the gym, which I had never heard of. And I said, yes, I need to get back. I'm scared. I need to start getting back there and getting my butt moving and getting back to building some muscle again. And it was cool. So TCX is weights and some kind of band that you put on your legs and you stretch. I hate that thing. I'm just not that coordinated. I have a hard time with that thing. And, push-ups and burpees and all that stuff. So it was good. It was really good to get back. And I had gone shopping and bought some new gym clothes, and I love them. They're from a brand called Highlight that I've been checking out, and I felt like $1 million at the gym today. That was a big deal. I felt really good. I felt confident. I felt like I looked good. I felt good. My muscles are mushy, but I still felt good being back there. That's half the battle, is just getting started, getting in the rooms. What else happened? So this is interesting. I don't know why I don't know why I'm even sharing the things that I'm sharing with you guys, but because it's an everything and everything theme, and I'm just trying to shoot the breeze and be whatever. I don't know what could help somebody, what couldn't. So I just kind of talk about it all. So I've got this new thing where, a lot of changes in our business, a lot of changes in our businesses over the last couple of years. Really positive things for positive direction. But, when I was married, we had, for the first half of our marriage, we owned a catering and entertainment company. So we were the go-to party planners in town, from DJs and pony rides and barbecue, and we fed 8,000 people in a day. We had a huge custom-built kitchen and 5 warehouses and a fleet of trucks and catering trucks, and this was our business. This was what we did. And that was all we did. That was all we did, was this one business. It's hard to even imagine now with as much stuff as I touch, but that was it. That was our business. That's what we did. And then after we sold that and we started over, we got into real estate. During that whole time, it was kind of like, oh, we could do this, we could do this, we dabbled in this, maybe we should try this. So I think that bug got in me a little bit, probably quite a bit, more than it did him, but for sure me. But anyway, we had this real estate team. And when we first got over to Keller Williams, we were gangbusters. I would say I was gangbuster. I would say he did whatever it was. He was along for the ride, kind of. Like, I was just, let me do this. Boom, boom, boom. Long story, because we had been separated right before that, and he just wanted the life back, so he was just kind of doing whatever. But he was one that wanted to get into real estate, not me. But once I was there, I'm like, well, I'm competitive. You know, I want to win. I want to do well with this. I want to succeed with this. I want to feed my family, of course, right? So we really went at that big time, and it launched really quickly. But what happened was, as that real estate team started to grow, our problems started showing up. The husband and wife problems started showing up, and there was some differences on how we wanted to build. And you know, I was frustrated because I want us both to go to these trainings and go learn and go whatever. And he really just, like, he wanted to be an agent. Like, he wanted to learn scripts. And I'm like, no, we got to think higher level. We're the ones that should be leading the agents, and let's move ourselves out. And so I moved him out of production, which I realized later was a huge mistake. That I would go back and change that. Thought it was a great decision, and it did give us a lot of freedom in our life, but he would have been happier there, I believe. Anyway, it's so strange what just comes out of my mouth, because I just talk about anything and everything. Anyway, so what happened was, as quick as we were going up with the real estate team, we were actually going down with the real estate team, because we didn't want the same things. We didn't see this the same way. So I started really looking over my shoulder over here, like, well, what are they doing? What are they doing? Maybe I should go work with that team. Maybe I should go be a marketing director. Maybe I should. And of course, the money never added up for me. I was making more money on my own, and I'm very money driven. So I couldn't have any of that. None of that made sense. But I knew there was this friction going on with my husband and myself, and it was going to catch us. It was going to be a problem. So I built the Ballen method. I said in 2013, I'm going to go start this training system, and I'm going to teach other real estate agents how to do the Ballen method, which was one of the best decisions I ever made. I'm so glad I did that. And that really stirred up this teaching and training bug and pattern that I have. And anyway, after a while, people started saying to me, can you just do this for me? Can you just do my blogging? Can you just do my whatever? And I'm like, I don't know. Can I? Like, do I have that in me? Do I want to build that? What does that look like? So I went to my husband one day and I said, I want to open a marketing company. I just think I need to go do this, build this marketing company. And I gave him a job, kind of like, I wanted him to have the opportunity to do whatever too. So I helped him find like a spot in there. And his thing was helping get me booked out at events, was like his big thing. And he did good with that for a while until he didn't want to do it anymore. But it was the marketing company, we named it Ballen Brands, and we started building websites. And it started off so pathetic with our first startup WordPress themes as we were getting started. I mean, we totally failed forward with all that. But over time, as it started growing, I brought my younger brother in to help me run it, because my husband didn't want to. And so my younger brother came in, and guess what his background was? Web design, web development. He owned a company for years and years in web development with another guy. And he was like the operations manager. So I gave him the same position in my company that he had at his own company. And so then we started seeing everything get better. The website started getting better. We got Infusionsoft. We merged with our CRM system. And then we started adding pay-per-click marketing and all kinds of things. And that developed, right? So I still had my real estate team. I still had my marketing company. In fact, we battled out for those in the courts. That was a tough time, man. That was a really rough, bloody time. That was hard. But in the end, I wound up keeping my marketing company that I built, and the Ballen method, and my real estate team. We didn't have a team actually at the time, so just my name, my license, and he kept his license. So then I kept going with the marketing company, but we've been kind of like molding and shaping it. Like, where do we want this to go? And you know, what's happening with the real estate industry, and our website's going to be a long-term strategy. Our real estate agent's going to be a long-term strategy, because my God, you guys, I was in the car going to pick my daughter up today, and a commercial comes on. Oh, and I hear them start talking about buying and selling a house. And I thought it was just going to be another real estate agent commercial, because we have a lot of those out here in Vegas. And they said, we are, I forget, ebuyhouses.com or something like that. And guess what their tagline was? We help you buy or sell your house without a realtor. That was their slogan. Holy crap. Anyway, so I'm always looking at the future. And of course, I have all my family works in my company. So I really feel like it's my obligation. Although they're not my responsibility, I feel the vision of the company is my obligation, and to see forward a little bit. So, you know, we've been kind of looking at all of that. Like, where are real estate agents today? What are their needs? How can we help how can we help them? I am still one of them. How can we help our industry? Should we branch out? Should we not? So we started, the company started with a strong SEO basis, like search engine optimization. But what we found with that was we had to charge, our startup package was $3,000 a month. And I wasn't making any money, because it was so labor intensive to create all this content. And I was hiring writers, and it was ridiculous. And really, to get SEO to pay off at a high level, you need to wait this out 6 months, 9 months, a year, depending on how much you're putting out. And so people didn't want to hold on that long to see the results. You could see the movement, and I'm showing the graphs and the rankings and the charts, but they didn't want to stay long enough to see their website start ranking. So I took out the SEO side of it. We actually started doing some SEO for attorneys and for some medical doctors, and that was actually was better, but it still just wasn't a high profit center for us, and it was very labor intensive and very service focused. So we've really just been kind of analyzing all of this, like, where do we want to take that, and how much do we want to stay in real estate, and how much do we want to take it outside of real estate? And we keep coming back to, we need to do real estate, which is fascinating to me. It's almost like a universal pull saying, Lori, don't leave, because there's something here. Like, you need to keep doing this. You need to keep. So we've been doing a lot of brainstorming, and we've got a lot of great clients. So we're touching a lot of stuff right now that we think real estate agents are going to need. ClickFunnels is something I'm really diving into. Facebook ads are something we're really diving into. Google AdWords, pay-per-click marketing. KW Command, we believe there's a huge spot for us there to be able to help everybody use theirs. Well, anyway, so we've been kind of going back and forth with this whole my energies being split between all these different companies, and where I want to focus each one, and how my businesses can help each other. It's so interesting. So this morning I messaged Jeff, who runs my teams, and I said, okay, listen, we did a really good job getting everybody refocused for 2019. We all know where we're going in 2019 with the marketing company, which is really exciting, because this new niche site we're going to be building and selling to agents, and along with the ClickFunnels, Facebook ad, Google AdWords, is going to be a really cool thing. SEO at a really cool new level. Anyway, so I messaged Jeff today and I said, okay, here's what we're going to do. So I've got this new business, the Monate. I still haven't figured it out. These guys say Monate, these guys say Monate. Modern Nature, so it makes sense it would be Monate. Anyway, I started this new business, and just like Keto, it's really exploding like overnight. There's a demand for it, and I guess I'm in the right networking audience for it. So it quickly started building and moving really fast. So I got on my Infusionsoft and I started building out all this automation and building out all these funnels. But I don't like to do that. I'm definitely administrative and result oriented at the same time. I'm a systems person, but I do not like to sit and build out these funnels because they're really intricate and I'm very messy. I build very messy. I build fast. I break things. Everybody has to come behind me and clean up what I break. So I really don't prefer to be building out the campaigns myself, even though I know the basics of it. But I did. I jumped on there and I built 7, 8 campaigns overnight. I think there's 8. So I could have some automation flowing right out of the gate. And it's genius. I mean, it works it works great. But this morning I'm poking at it and I'm going, okay, if this email comes in, I want it to do this and I want it to do this and I want this to happen automatically and how long is that going to take me to build that? And then I'm like, Lori, come on, you got to work smarter than this. You've got to think about leverage. So I immediately thought about Sabrina, and then I realized Sabrina and I just met, and we mapped out the next 2 months for her, and she doesn't have any time left. That's all she has left. So my choice is I can either start moving Sabrina's our marketing director, I could start moving her up and take her focus back from what she and I are building together. We're building out, we're rebuilding the Ballen method, and we're bringing the Ballen method to Keto and the Ballen method to Facebook marketing and the Ballen method we're bringing all that back. So she's helping me build all my courses again, and that's going to take through the end of the year. So I don't really want to shift her, move her, ruffle her feathers. She's really in a nice groove, and we're making money together. I don't want to mess with that. So I sent a message to Jeff and I said, here's what we're going to do. You're going to go out and hire a couple more Infusionsoft people. And he's got a couple anyway. So in fact, he came back with, I don't need to hire anybody. I already got this covered. So I don't even know. I'm not there all the time, right? So I said, here's what I want. I want when somebody takes a hair test and they get this email, I want the fields to automatically go into my Infusionsoft CRM. And then I want, if this field equals X, then do this action. And I told him all the things I wanted, And I said, here's what you're going to do. You, Ballen Brands, are going to bill me, Lori's Ballen's Beauty Boutique. You're going to bill me to do that service. And I don't want you to give me a discount. I want you to charge me what you would charge any other client. So the idea was, it benefits Ballen Brands for doing the work. It benefits me. I don't have to go find this other kind of leverage. And we can see how that functionality works within a company. I get to be the client. So I can poke holes in it. I can see how they're doing. I can see what the reporting looks like and all that. So then I followed up with my Keto website. Hey, on my recipe page, I don't like the font. And Jeff didn't build this website. Sabrina actually put it together for me overnight. And I said, I don't know how to do the CSS on this page, so I need you to just fix the font. And I said, bill me Keto Days, this company. So I had to go I got separate business licenses. And I've got separate bank accounts, separate accounting fees, all that stuff set up so that each one operates as its own entity. And so I don't want to have this cross-polluting of taking from this company to feed this company. I want it all to be even and benefit everything. So Jeff's billing me by the hour. Ballen Brands is billing me by the hour to fix up my Keto website, and they're billing me by the hour to build out my Infusionsoft CRM funnel, and totally worth it, by the way. Absolutely. And now I won't have to sit there and put those funnels together because I'm clear that my one thing is lead generation. Period. End of story. That is it. That is what I do. I create buzz. I create energy. I create stuff for our brand. And so that is that's what we did today, was we kind of set all of that kind of stuff up, which was really cool. You know, I see you guys all on here. You're always welcome to say something or say hey or say, it just gets quiet. Like, and there might be comments on there I can't see because I haven't figured all this out completely yet. So anyway, there's this cool universal shift happening, and I can feel that everything is kind of like aligning. We put our high rise website back up. We got our IDX back up today for our high rise website. So I'm excited. You guys that have seen me do this, you're going to be able to say, I saw her when she launched that high rise website and it was nowhere, it was nothing yet. And that's going to be really cool. I also want to put into the universe that that I'm going to have a bigger kitchen to cook in, because now I'm doing all these keto things and I want all the keto things and I don't have enough room for all the keto things. I've got rolling carts. You should see my rolling cart. I have rolling carts that I pull out. Oh, I'm going to show you my rolling cart. Hold on. I can walk around with you when you're going to see all my stuff. Look at this. Here's my Fiji water. I think I have a drinking problem. Clearly that's an issue. And anybody need any macaroni and cheese? That was for my daughter. Okay, there's my whale. Hold on, I'll show you. So in my closet of all things, I have this cart. It's dark in here. Can you see that? There's all my keto things. So my cacao powder and my pumpkin puree and my swerve and all of that is in there. So, and then I have another cart like that in my kitchen underneath the sink thing. So let me try to go around. Wait. Okay. Wow. Some of you guys stayed on here with all of my rambling. I'm so impressed. Anyway, so I want to put in the universe that I'm going to have a bigger kitchen. What I don't want to do, I'm pretty powerful with manifestation. I really put things into the universe, good or bad, and they tend to happen. So I want to be careful about how I say things and be very intentful about the command. And what I don't want to happen is my daughter lives 2 doors down from me and they have a lease, so I don't want to move. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to move without her. So my game plan is 2 years. 2 years. This is my game plan. You guys, actually it's 3 years. I'm sorry. I just started year 3. When I moved into this apartment, the day I stepped my foot into this apartment, I said, I have a new 5-year plan. And I have to do this without crying because this is so hard. Every time I go back, I don't think about my divorce. I don't think about the past. I just can't. I just don't. I really just don't. I don't focus on it. I don't think about it. I had my grieving period. So when I do talk about it, I tend to get a little emotional about it because I don't talk about it on a daily basis or anything. Anyway, we had a 5-year plan, and it was really materializing quite nicely of what was going to happen during those 5-year plans. So when we got divorced, I was just crushed about the future. Like, what now? What do I build now? How do I start over? What do I look forward to? Whatever. So there were certain things I could plug into, and one of them was in Tabs, my teenager. Her name was Tabitha, but she does not like her name at all, so she changed it to Tabs. Tabs is going to be, she's 15 now. She'll be 16 in April. So that's why I keep coming up with the 2 years when I'm rushing it. When I moved in here, I said I have 5 years. She was 13. So I said I have 5 years. So I'm going to focus on her. I'm going to focus on family. I'm going to focus on work. I'm going to get myself fit. Remember, I was 200 pounds. I'm going to get myself fit. I'm going to get my finances in a good place. I want to start investing. I want to pay off my back taxes. I know that sounds a little ironic. Back taxes and start investing. Let me just tell you something. I'm going to be straight up real because I don't know any other way. That tax stuff is freaking brutal. And on us, our DNA is all over it. I buried my head, and I didn't control the money back then, so I ignored that this problem existed, even though I knew it existed. Didn't really know what to do about it, but I also didn't bring it up very often because I didn't want the conflict. But I knew we weren't paying our taxes. You know, it's one of those things when we got into real estate, to be quite honest. We did well. We made some good money. We were on all the stages and everything, but it felt like every penny we made was going out. And I can't even really put my finger on why. I took over the finances just a couple of years before we got a divorce. So I don't really know why. We always were making money. We weren't gambling like we used to do. So I'm not sure. But it seemed like we must have got in trouble in the beginning of our real estate career, and that just kept following us. And then the next year's taxes would be due, but we still owed $20,000 over here, and then the CPA would just roll it in. Can anybody relate to this? And then that turned into another year. Oh God, it was just such a mess. Well, so now you're playing this evasive, we weren't hiding or anything, but we kept buying more time through the accountant. We talked about an offer and compromise. We made too much money. And I made a lot of money through the Ballen method and the marketing company. And that kind of really shot us out of offer and compromise. But yet there was no money. It's bizarre. Anyway, so when I got into here, I swore that first thing I would do was contact the IRS. And I went to an attorney. And I asked if I could file bankruptcy because here I am divorced. I'm on my own. I've never filed bankruptcy. I didn't have a lot of debt. I had no debt, actually. We didn't have any debt. Not even our cars. Our cars were paid for. But we had $180,000 in back taxes because of all the penalties. It started accruing in 2007 when we got our real estate license and kept going. I feel so irresponsible when I tell this story, but it just is what it is. And so I got here and I contacted the IRS, and let me tell you, that's a beast, man. Those guys are hard. They're not easy to get a hold of. They don't, whatever. So I finally found the thing online. I went online and I told the story, and we're divorced. And quite honestly, I think I'm the only one that's going to pay anything. What do we do? Blah, blah, blah. And then, it was interesting because Nevada's a, 50-50 custody, 50-50 state where you split everything, but taxes cannot be split. They actually, when it comes to the IRS, you both owe the total, married or separate or divorced. You both owe the total. It's not he owes 80 and I owe 80. You both owe the total. So I can't pay off 80,000 and then say the other 80 is yours. I have to pay it all if it's going to come off of my stuff. Period. That was really hard. I think that spun my depression when I found that out. I was so upset about that. So contacted the IRS immediately first week here and told them. And so we set up a payment plan, and I agreed to pay them $2,800 a month for 5 years and paid ahead in these little spurts when I had it. Also agreed to pay all of my future taxes on a monthly basis. They didn't require this. It was something that Jeff and I had sat down and came up with so that we would always be ahead and never again be behind in our taxes, which has felt really good, by the way, really cool. So I actually do it myself. I have an app on my phone, irs.gov, and Jeff sends me a message and says, hey, send in this month's estimated taxes, and I just go online and send in the taxes for the month, and it's done, and I don't have to think about it. And then we're also paying that in the back taxes, it's $3,000 or almost $3,000 a month on that. So it's been really cool, though. I've sent in an extra $10,000 here, and I'm just watching those years disappear. You can log on, you can see all your taxes, I can see all the years, I can see the penalties, I can even assign, like if I'm going to send in a $10,000 check, I can say that's for year 2000 whatever. But man, it feels good because it's going down. It's going down. So that was my 5-year plan, was I need to do that. Once the taxes are paid off, then I can buy something, because you can't buy, put liens on us, so I can't buy a house. So that was on the plan. Within the 5 years, I wanted to get Tabs a car. Which is coming up, by the way, because she'll be 16 in April, but she's in no hurry to drive. She doesn't even care about her permit right now, so I'm not rushing her. Absolutely not rushing her. I want to make sure she gets to go to college if she wants to go to college, so obviously I'm focused on that. I wanted to start some investments, and so this has all been really cool, and it's all actually happening, like materializing. So when I said today, I'm standing in my kitchen and I said out loud, which I have to be really careful about because I swear it is crazy what happens when I say things out loud. But I said out loud, I'm going to have a bigger kitchen. And I paused and stopped myself and said, whoa, 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 careful what you wish for right now, because what does that mean? Well, it means moving. It would mean moving. Well, why am I moving? What, did something change with what? Like, why am I moving? So kind of scared me back a little bit. I know that sounds crazy, but that's just like my thought process was, okay, if I don't know, that's an interesting statement. So maybe I'm going to have a bigger kitchen in a couple of years. I think if I had my ideal, like if I end up staying single, you know, what I want to do, I would like to probably live in one of the really nice mid-rise or high-rise condo places. Like we have a really gorgeous luxury community up here in Summerlin that's high-rises, and it would be like a big house. It would be like a big place, but I'd feel safe. One of my fears is living in a house by myself. You know, I don't really feel super safe. So I loved that I moved into a nice apartment complex, gated community, you know, security, everybody. I feel very comfortable here and safe here. And so I might do something like that, buy a luxury condo in a few years and do something like that. I don't know. We'll see. You know, Sabrina is 26 and she's been with the same guy for like 8 years or something. And he hasn't proposed yet, but I don't know. And if Sabrina got married, I would assume, would start having my grandbabies. I don't have any biological grandbabies. I don't have any grandbabies. I started to have a grandbaby, but that was a long story ago. With my ex stepchildren who hate me. Anyway, whole nother story there. So one of them had a child, and I was excited to be grandma, but that didn't ever play out. And so I don't want to be far from Sabrina, but it's interesting because we all still talk about moving. Jeff moved away. Jeff moved to Boulder City. My brother Jeff broke my heart. He knows. Boulder City is only 45 minutes away from Las Vegas, but it might as well be another city for me because I don't drive 45 minutes. If you can get me to go to drive 20 minutes, it's like a miracle. Well, 20 I'll do. 30's a miracle. Aw, thanks, Donna. She said nobody could hate me. I don't remember who I said hated me. See how quick everything leaves my mind. Like the minute it comes out of my mouth, it's gone. Memory. Are any of you guys like that? I literally have no sense of time. I don't know if that is a birth defect or a special gift, because I kind of like it. I have no sense of time. Like, yes, I sense morning and evening, but I don't remember like I'll tell somebody to do something and I'll think it was a week ago and they will remind me that was this morning. Because I get up at 3:30 or 4 in the morning and I am like a machine, like just moving through things like emailing and messaging and systems and blogging, and I have so much energy in the morning, like from 4 in the morning until noon. Like, watch out. I'm doing what most people do in a month in that time block. It's great, but I don't remember. Like, literally at noon, I'll say, "Hey, Sabrina, did you ever get a chance to look at that such and such?" And she'll say, "Mom, that was this morning at 4 o'clock. Like, that stuff really happens in our world. Jeff will be like, "Okay, let me remind you to just carefully that was yesterday. And I told you I probably needed 3 weeks on that project, you know," and I'll forget about it. So it's really bananas. It's crazy, but it's cool. It's a kind of a cool gift too, because I don't know, it just keeps me being able to move. So, well, gosh, guys, we've been here for like an hour. I mean, that's been the most anything and everything for a long time. I think my cat's trying to get back in the door, and Tabs is going to be, so Tabs is at Dave and Buster's tonight with her boyfriend. Her dad came and got her and took her to see her boyfriend, which is cool. So that's that. So what we'll do tomorrow, what is tomorrow? Okay, so tomorrow, this will be interesting because I don't know when I'm going to do my anything and everything. So I am meeting my brother and his babies. The brother lives in Boulder City at IHOP for breakfast. And then we're all going to for brunch, the Summerlin Circus. So we have a circus tomorrow up here in Summerlin. We're going to do that. I'm going to go get the boyfriend and Tab's boyfriend and bring him. And then Tabitha, Sabrina, and I have season tickets to the Smith Center with all the Broadway shows. And we're going to go see Lion King tomorrow. So we're going to go to a nice steakhouse and have a really nice dinner and get all gussied up. I'm going to wear that new tank top and black jacket I showed you guys on the Stitch Fix video the other day. And get dressed up and go out and have a good time and go see the show. So I'll probably do the anything and everything maybe while we're out and about. Maybe I'll get the girls to come on with me so you guys can say hi to the kids. So that'll be fun. So thank you for sharing my life with me. I really appreciate you guys just hanging out and chit-chatting. And it's actually fun because I have nobody to talk to. So just having you guys makes everything a little bit less lonely for some reason. I should have probably done this a long time ago, like therapy. All right, anyway, so I will talk to you guys later and see you tomorrow.